Welcome back to The Explainer. So today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually taking a piece of everyday gear and putting it through the exact same hardware level scrutiny that we normally reserve for, premium laptops or custom PC builds. We are doing a deep dive tech review on the Adidas Midway 28-liter backpack. Think about it for a second. Your backpack, it's basically the mobile server rack for your life. Your laptop, your cables, your hard drives. If you carry gear, this is your primary chassis. So let's open it up and see exactly what's under the hood.
We've all been there, right? You buy this brand new bag. It looks incredibly sleek for, what, a month? And then reality hits. Suddenly you hear that awful sound of cheap zipper teeth popping out of alignment. Or maybe a shoulder strap just starts fraying at the seam. Or, and this is literally the worst, the bottom completely blows out right when you're sprinting to catch the morning train, just sending $1,000 worth of electronics crashing onto the concrete. It's just an incredibly visceral, everyday frustration when flimsy gear fails you exactly when you need it the absolute most. You don't want to constantly think about your bag. You just want the hardware to work.
And when we actually look at the data, it is crystal clear that people are desperately looking for reliability. Just look at this massive number, over 100,000. In just the past 3 months alone, over 100,000 customers have placed orders in highly rated items from this brand. We really need to emphasize what that actually looks like out in the real world. That's not just some random sales metric. That's a massive community of people stress testing this gear on crowded subways, in torrential rain, on chaotic college campuses every single day. That tells us we aren't looking at some random no-name product. We're looking at a piece of gear from an ecosystem that people actively trust their daily lives to.
Section 1. Anatomy of the Midway. Let's break down the structural features.
Instead of just boring you by reading a spec sheet, let's talk about how these features actually translate to a day in your life. First up, you've got a dedicated interior laptop sleeve. When you're rushing to the office, you slot your computer in knowing it has dedicated tech protection. Honestly, that's completely non-negotiable for modern carry. Then, we've got 4 distinct zippered pockets and compartments, meaning your sweaty gym shoes are entirely isolated from your pristine power banks and fragile cables. It also rocks water-resistant protection, so when you inevitably get caught in a sudden downpour, your internal tech is completely shielded. And finally, you get standard, ultra-reliable dual back straps to smoothly and evenly distribute all that heavy load across your shoulders.
And this brilliantly illustrates one of my absolute favorite details, the exterior material. It's a 100% polyester, completely wipeable fabric, which is a total game changer for daily commuters. Think about having to set your bag down on a gross, sticky subway floor, or getting bumped and spilling half your iced coffee on your morning commute. With a standard canvas bag, that is a permanent, day-ruining disaster. But with a wipeable chassis, you just grab a paper towel, a little soap and water, give it a quick wipe down, and your daily driver is instantly back to looking pristine and professional.
Section 2. Specs by the numbers. Let's look at capacity and dimensions.
28. That right there is your core storage limit. The Midway offers a 28-liter storage volume. Now, if we convert that metric into something a bit more granular, it totals exactly 1,708 cubic inches of carrying capacity. Now, I know 1,708 cubic inches sounds way more like an abstract geometry problem than a useful metric, right? So what does 28 liters actually mean for you when you're packing up your gear for the day?
Let's contextualize that number and turn those abstract liters into a tangible, day-in-the-life loadout. You can think of 28 liters as the absolute sweet spot for a full day's work. If you pack a bag that's too small, you're constantly fighting the zippers, right? If it's too big, your gear just sloshes around everywhere. 28 provides ample, structured space for large items. We're talking books, binders, folders, sliding perfectly alongside your laptop. Plus, it leaves plenty of dedicated volume in those smaller pockets for your phone, keys, and peripherals. So it's not some sprawling weekender bag, but it will easily swallow everything you need for the 9-to-5 grind, plus a change of clothes for the gym right after.
And all of that robust storage fits perfectly into these precise dimensions: an 8.25-inch depth, a 12.25-inch width, and an 18.5-inch height. Now, why do these exact measurements actually matter? Because this offers a highly standard, universally accepted fit. Imagine the absolute relief of boarding a packed flight and knowing this is going to seamlessly slide right under that cramped airplane seat in front of you. Or navigating a packed subway car without feeling like you've got this massive turtle shell on your back bumping into everybody. It is perfectly streamlined to comfortably maneuver through the physical world.
Section 3. Built to last. Let's talk durability and warranty.
So the crucial point here is that the standout specification isn't a premium zipper or some upgraded strap. It's a lifetime warranty.
This specific bullet point fundamentally changes the nature of the entire transaction. It transforms the backpack from a temporary, disposable purchase, something you just buy for one quick school year, into a serious, long-term investment. The manufacturer is explicitly stating that this chassis is built to last, and they're putting their full policy right behind that engineering claim. And on top of that lifetime warranty, you've also got this immediate extra layer of purchasing security. The bag is backed by a 30-day refund or replacement policy. I like to think of this exactly like a software free trial, or maybe a no-questions-asked return window on a piece of high-end tech hardware. If you get it in your hands, load it up with your specific daily gear, and find the hardware just doesn't quite fit your personal workflow, you have a full month to swap it out or return it. No sweat.
Section 4. Comparing the Adidas lineup. Let's look at the broader ecosystem.
Let's walk through this matrix together to see exactly where the Midway sits in the family lineup. We have the Midway right there in the center with its 28 liters. Now below it, you've got the Ultralight Alliance Sack Pack at a tiny 12 liters. That one is perfect if you're literally just carrying, say, a pair of running cleats and a single water bottle, but really not much else. And then above it, you have the massive 41-liter Prime, which adds nearly 3 whole inches in depth and an extra inch in height for maximum cargo. Seeing these two extreme ends of the spectrum really helps validate why the 28-liter Midway sits so firmly in that Goldilocks zone. It's not too small, it's definitely not too large.
Now, what's really interesting about this comparison is the sheer contrast in daily versatility. The real decision absolutely comes down to what exactly you are hauling. The 28-liter Midway gives you a streamlined, agile daily carry with 4 pockets, keeping you fast and organized. But if you jump up to the 41-liter Prime, you are getting maximum load capacity, which actually requires specialized load spring shoulder straps just to deal with the sheer extra weight. So you really have to ask yourself, are you hauling a full mobile command center across the country, or do you just need a highly reliable daily driver for your commute?
Section 5. The final verdict. Let's synthesize the data. Okay, here is a super quick 3-step mental diagnostic checklist to decide if this specific piece of hardware actually matches your daily workflow. Step 1. Assess your tech needs. Do you absolutely require a dedicated padded interior laptop sleeve? If yes, check. Step 2. Determine your volume. Is a 28-liter capacity the sweet spot for your daily loadout? If you aren't packing massive textbooks for 5 different classes or hauling a full week's worth of clothes, check. And step 3, invest in durability. Does having a lifetime warranty give you peace of mind against catastrophic bag failure? Check.
If you ticked all those diagnostic boxes with us today, well, you have your answer. Take a second and look at your current bag right now. Look at those frayed straps, the failing zippers, the absolute zero tech protection. Is it actually protecting your crucial workflow, or is it a catastrophic hardware failure just waiting to happen? I mean, how much expensive tech do you trust to cheap fabric every single day? Is the 28-liter Adidas Midway the exact upgrade your daily commute has been desperately waiting for? It's time to make an informed choice about the chassis that literally carries your life. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.